In this demo, we'll see how to make use of web service data control in JDeveloper 11.123. I'm going to make use of this web service that I created earlier. We'll create a new Fusion web application first, give it a name. The web service that I am using, it returns a list of countries. So I'm going to name this as consume countries web service. Hit finish. The next step is we'll create a web service data control for the given web service. So here we have the web service data control. Give it a name. I'll name it as countries web service. Copy the WSDL location here, and you see all the operations that are exposed by this web service in this wizard. You select both the operations and hit finish. The data control gets created for this web service. You can make use of these methods now in your view layer. In the view layer, what we are going to do is we are going to create a task flow so that we have easy navigation between different operations that we can do with our web service. I'm creating a new task flow, and I plan to have 3 views in this task flow. The first view will be view all the countries in a list. So I'll drag and drop a view and name it as view all countries. The second view that I want to have in my task flow is to add a new country. And the third view that I want to have in my task flow is going to be view the countries in a combo box as a selectable value. So these are the 3 operations that I'm going to do on the web service, and I'll create the control flows for these views. The add country is one control flow, back from add country to view all, one more control flow from view all to country as LOV, and another back from countries as LOV to view all. So this is going to be the flow of my UI. I'll create the first view all countries page fragment. In this, I'm going to make use of get all countries operation from the web service, which returns me all the countries that are available. So I'll use the get countries method to return here. I'll drag and drop it as a table, read only table with a single selection. And then I'll add a button here so that I can navigate to the add countries view from this main view all page. I'll name it as add country, and the action for this button would be add country, the control flow that we created in the task flow. Add country. Now let us create the second page, which is add country page. So we'll double click on the add country view. It will allow us to create a new page fragment for add country. So this needs to be a form. So the operations takes this form as input. We'll drag and drop the parameters from DC palette onto the page. The form is created for the parameters, and now we will drag and drop add country as a method. Note this wizard already has the parameter that we created earlier. We'll name this button as save, and the action for save would be back. Along with add country operation, it will take us back to the main page. Now we will create our third page, which is country as LOV. We'll double click on the view in the task flow. The country as LOV page fragment is created. For this particular page, we need a placeholder where we can use the value selected by a combo. So we'll create a placeholder by creating a sample Java class which contains attributes where we are going to store the country information that is populated from the web service return. We'll create a new Java class for this. We'll keep the default and we'll hit OK. I'll add 2 parameters into this class. One is my country ID and the other is my country name. I'll add the getters and setters for these two attributes by generating the XSS feature in JDeveloper, and I'll select all the getters and setters. Now to make this class available to the view layer, I'll just convert this class to a data control. Right click on the class and invoke create data control. Keep the defaults. This will create a data control for me in the view layer so that I can drag and drop these class attributes onto my page. So now we'll drag and drop the attribute of this class onto our page and make it a combo box for which the values are populated from the web service operation return. So we'll take this my country ID attribute, drag and drop onto the page, and show it as a select one choice. We'll have to make use of the dynamic list option here. The data source is going to be the web service return, so we are going to add that particular iterator into the list of data source. We'll select the return of the web service as the data source and hit OK. The attributes from the web service are matched against the ones that we have in our class. We can add country name into this list, and we'll make sure that the displayed value is country name, not the ID. Hit OK. Now to make sure that the value does get into the attribute of my class, I'll drag and drop the country name as well here as output text. So the value that I select in the combo should reflect in my country name as well. To make sure that this value gets updated on the selection change in the combo box, I'll set a partial trigger in this output text as that of select one choice. So I add the select one choice as a partial trigger to my output text, and now I'll drag and drop a button to go back to my main page. I'll call it as back, and the action for this would be back action that I created in my task flow. This will take me back to my main page. Another thing that we should do is for the select one choice, I need to submit the value. So the auto submit, I'll set it to true. Now save all. Now in the main page, we have to add one more button to go into the LOV page. So I'll add this button and call it as show as LOV. And the action for this button is going to be view as LOV control flow that I created in my task flow. One more thing that I want to do, I'll go to the bindings, select the get countries iterator, and set the value of the property called cache results as false. I want the get countries web operation to be executed every time when I visit the page. Next, we have to create one container page in which we can drag and drop this task flow. So I'll just go ahead and create a new page in the view controller project. I'll name it as home.jsf, and in this page I'm going to drag and drop the task flow as a region, and this is it. Let us run the whole page. The table of countries is shown. I'll click on the add country operation. It takes me to the form. I'll enter England and I'll say save. You can see the England is added. For show as LOV, the combo box is here and the list of values are displayed. When I change the selection, the corresponding output text is updated.